The voice of the drum calls. It sings a song of those who came before us and those to come. A song of survival and strength. A song of participation and voice. A song that calls us together. When we come together and participate in the 2010 census, we use this tool as the voice of all our Native people. Our voice. It is in our hands. 2010 census.
We're back, so welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Monday, April 5th. I'm your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories right here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com. Here are the news stories for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. A grand jury has indicted a Panema, Minnesota man in a crash that killed his passenger on the Red Lake Chippewa Reservation. Prosecutors say 61-year-old Bruce Dow was intoxicated when his vehicle rolled over after he lost control of it last October. The passenger was thrown from the vehicle and later passed away at the hospital. Dow was charged with one count of involuntary manslaughter. He faces a maximum penalty of 8 years in prison if convicted. Authorities say they have seized more than a ton of marijuana found in a trailer in southern Arizona. A Tohono O'odham tribal officer received a tip that drug smugglers were using a trailer west of 3 Points to stash marijuana. The officer flagged down a nearby Border Patrol agent for assistance. Tohono O'odham police officers and Border Patrol agents entered the trailer and found more than 2,000 pounds of pot. Authorities say no arrests have been made as of yet. San Diego County tribe has won a lawsuit challenging a state cap on slot machines. A federal judge ruled that there should have been 10,000 more slot machines allocated to various tribes under a 1999 gaming deal with the state. The lawsuit was filed by the San Pasqual Indian Band, which owns a casino in Valley Center, California. The Rincon Indian Band won a similar lawsuit in San Diego during March as well. An attorney for the San Pasqual tribe says the Valley Center Casino already has installed more slot machines under a ruling made by a federal judge in Northern California last year. However, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger is challenging that decision. The period to comment on a water discharge permit for a controversial coal mining operation in northern Arizona has been extended. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency is giving the public 30 additional days, or until April 30th, to provide comment on the proposed permit for Peabody Energy's Black Mesa Mine complex. The EPA withdrew the permit last year after an appeal by environmentalists who contend the discharge of heavy metals and pollutants threatens water sources for nearby tribal communities. The EPA says the proposed permit will help ensure that water quality standards are met. The Oklahoma State Historic Preservation Office says an Oklahoma City bank tower, a former plantation near Hugo, and a railroad near Wynette have been added to the National Register of Historic Places. The Citizens Bank Tower was among the first tall office buildings to be erected outside of downtown Oklahoma City. It was designed by Robert Roloff and was considered to be a tribute to Frank Lloyd Wright's Price Tower in Bartlesville. The old Santa Fe Railroad Bridge is the longest and oldest bridge of its type in McLean and Pottawatomie counties, stretching 785 feet in length. The Rose Hill Plantation site was one of 6 plantations operated by Robert M. Jones, who was one of the wealthiest members of the Choctaw Nation at one time. American Indians must urge Congress to quickly sign off on a $3.4 billion settlement of a lawsuit against the federal government for swindling them out of royalties for oil, gas, grazing, and other leases, the lead plaintiff is saying. Quote, "We've won some really huge victory. Will it fix anything? No, but it's a stepping stone," unquote, Eloise Cobell of Browning, Montana, said during a meeting on the settlement at Heritage University on the Yakima Indian Reservation. "We have made a tremendous impact on this government and the way our trust has been managed in the past." The meeting was one of several planned across the Northwest during April by Cobell, a member of the Blackfeet tribe, and her legal team. The deadline for Congress to approve this settlement was extended to April 16th, and Cobell maintains further delays could terminate the deal. Bill Doris, an attorney for the plaintiffs, says participants may choose to opt out of the agreement, but he urged tribal members to be well informed of their options going forward. A traveling exhibit about the 2010 census will be visiting North Dakota tribes during April. The 2010 Census Road Tour exhibit features LCD screens, information kiosks, and a computer that takes photos and records messages from those who want to participate in the exhibit's Portrait of America. The exhibit will be on the Fort Berthold Reservation on April 8th, the Turtle Mountain Reservation on April 9th, the Spirit Lake Nation Reservation on April 10th, and the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation on April 12th. Jeff Baker, Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa, is a liaison between the census and North Dakota tribes. He says the exhibit is part of the effort to educate people about the census and make sure all tribal nations are counted. And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to thank you for showing up for this broadcast. Stop by again soon. Miigwech.